Well, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Hot Rod Power Tour 2022. Well, this is the day before. It is Sunday. I have with me the 1979 AMC Spirit AMX. We also have with us the 1970 Pontiac LeMans. And we have our co-pilot over here, Jim, whom you briefly met in one of the previous videos when we were getting all of the work done, getting my heat shielding done on these cars and a whole bunch of other things so that we don't die. Now, one thing you may notice if you are an astute observer is both Jim and I have no sleeves today. And this is for two particular reasons. One, because it's already over 90 degrees outside with like 40% humidity and quite sticky.
Yes.
Especially for fat guys. Two, we're in Kentucky. And you don't need sleeves in Kentucky. And we're headed to Tennessee. And you don't need sleeves in Tennessee. We're going to Alabama. You don't need sleeves in Alabama either. Capiche? All right. So that's where we are. We are getting ready to leave the parking garage. Unfortunately, we have to make a quick stop because this guy forgot to bring the charger for the other camera because we're going to shoot video on both cars as we're going down the road. As usual for us, if you guys haven't seen our channel before, we are going to video everything we possibly can and put out daily videos of this whole entire hot rod experience. So if you guys are interested, stay tuned. It's going to be fun. It's going to be hot. Hopefully there aren't any crazy experiences, but if there are, we'll share them. Stay tuned. So for those of you who are not familiar with these two cars, I am in the 1979 AMC Spirit AMX, AMC 304 V8, 4-speed manual transmission down there on the floor. Pretty cool little vehicle, rather unique. You'll never see another one because they all rotted into the ground. That's not true, but you probably won't see another one. Jim is in a 1979 Pontiac LeMans. It's a 455. Both these motors are pretty fresh. They've both been rebuilt. His is considerably louder. It's got a pipes exhaust on it, long tube headers and all that fun jazz. So you can't hear this little thing. Yeah, there you go. Anyway, they're both healthy. They're both fun. Neither have air conditioning. Today, it's currently already 70 and it's late morning here in Louisville. We have to head to Memphis today and it's just gonna get hotter the whole rest of the day. By the time we roll into Memphis, we're expecting to have 95-degree temperatures in cars that don't have air conditioning. So, we'll see how this goes. First, get ourselves to the battery store and see if we can find a charger for my other camera. That's where we're headed now. Way we're gonna communicate is these little handy dandies. Breaker, breaker, channel 8. Good, buddy.
Yeah. I heard you the first time. You don't let me know?
I can hear you loud and clear. 3/4 of a tank of fuel. Now, fuel gauge works. Speedometer mostly works. Tach doesn't work. Coolant gauge doesn't work. So when it shows that it's nuclear, don't worry about that. It's probably fine. But we both have about 3/4 of a tank of gas. He's getting about 10 miles to the gallon on the way down here. This AMC got about 14 miles to the gallon, which I guess mathematically that kind of makes sense. 304 versus 461. It is a lot of fun driving these cars and having everybody look at us. Well, hey there! Yeah, so that's all part of the fun of Hot Rod Power Tour. Not only are you having fun, but the people who get to see you are having fun too. So, anyway. We've got probably 150 miles or so before we run out of fuel. It's already real hot and sticky. It is what it is. It's Powertour, baby. We're doing it. We're doing it.
Need like a big boy flathead screwdriver. So, because what happens is it gets the rumbly, and then it goes.
Yeah.
And that gets really annoying.
Hey, you know what? She's old. When you get old, things don't necessarily stay, you know,
Up.
up. Or where they're supposed to be. All right, so sit rep. It is 1 p.m. We are still in Louisville. We ran to the Batteries Plus store to pick up a camera battery or a charger because apparently that Panasonic camera I'm carrying has a secondary camera, doesn't charge off of USB, and nobody has a charger for it. So we came to Best Buy, which also doesn't have essentially really anything. So what we decided to do was buy a brand new GoPro 8. So Jim is currently installing said software for said GoPro 8 because it says in order to complete the setup, you have to have the app. So we are only about 2 hours behind schedule so far. Things are going great. How are you enjoying Powertour so far, Jim?
It's hot.
Man of many words there. Hot. We'll get back to you.
So, now that we're finally alone-ish, or something like that, we are leaving Louisville. Yeah, finally, right? Crazy. So, as you can see, the AMX is in front of me. I am learning how to GoPro as we go. And yeah, we're trucking along. So this is gonna be a really fun trip. I'm really excited for it. This car is it's a beast. Like, how do I put this? It's like when you're a kid and you ride the dog, but your dog is a lion. Right now, the lion is being gentle, but it might turn around and kill you. That's kind of what driving this thing feels like. Now, it is tuned down due to some questions in regard to the transmission and so forth. So it's manageable, and it's non-power assisted drum brakes. So needless to say, we don't worry about 60 to 0 times. It's more of a eventually. So jumping on to 65 South here, and we just gonna roll.
All right, we are officially on the road. Merging onto I-65 South from Louisville, headed towards Nashville. We're only 2.5 hours behind schedule.
I spoke too soon. I literally just checked in with you. It has been about 90 seconds. And as we have gotten on to 65, it is a parking lot. So, yeah, that's gonna be what we dealing with right now.
All right, well, I guess it's detouring time. Skip out of that. That's a 39-minute slowdown, according to my GPS lady that is talking into my ear. So we're gonna detour over 841, and it's only a 15-minute longer ride. Whatever. I don't want to leave these cars sitting idling. It's already like 92 degrees outside, and not moving, not getting airflow across the nose. Bad idea. Not that I'm worried about the cooling systems in either of these two cars. I'm not. But I want to chance it. So, detour. Here we go. I can still hear that thing idling up here. I do love that Pontiac. It makes such a great noise. Nice thing with not having a sunroof too is it's easy to film. That's how you do a fancy 360 camera right there. Ugh. 65 is a freaking parking lot. Just talking with the DEI guys a second ago, and they are totally stuck in that traffic, not moving. It's like 20 miles of basically completely... There's a train! What are the chances? There's a train! There's a damn train! Oh, good.
Yeah.
That's working great.
Yeah.
Yeah. So how's the Hot Rod Power Tour going so far?
You know, it's the little challenges that make it what it is. It is a little warm.
Yeah. I think I'm actually probably going to shut down since there's a train.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's shut down.
Yeah.
Let's shut down. Are you kidding me? It is definitely the little things that make a road trip what it is. It's not the destination, it's the journey. Hey, train's gone. Come on, baby. All right. We'll get back to this when we're actually going somewhere.
Woo! We are taking one of these back roads. I think they call it National Road. I'm not really sure. But we had a little backup, had a train, which is always fun, you know. trucking along. I know it is way too early in this trip to complain about the heat, but it is toasty. I mean, I guess I always thought of myself as kind of a rugged kind of guy, you know? I drive a Jeep. When the top and the door's off, I don't put the air conditioner on, but man, it is a little bit different when I don't have this hot wind blowing through my scalp.
Ugh, need some airflow. So we have a serious judgment call to make here. You are here, as you can see, a lot of that's red and yellow for miles and miles and miles. So the question is, do we do what the little GPS lady says and do traffic jam to traffic jam, or do we go exploring the highways and byways of Kentucky to try to keep moving, though not necessarily in the right direction or at a good rate of speed, but not be stuck in the stop and go traffic, which is honestly killer for both ourselves and our cars. I feel like we're gonna go adventuring. I don't think I'm taking this left up here. I think I'm gonna run straight, because I'm gonna guess that everybody else in front of me is paying attention to this GPS lady in their ears also. And they're gonna all turn left. So I don't wanna follow them. I'm gonna create my own path. I'm not a follower. Although that also may get us lost. Oh my God. Am I glistening on camera? I'm certainly glistening in real life. Huge thanks to the guys at DEI for this heat shielding stuff. That has helped a ton. I am uncomfortably hot. It's probably 120 degrees in the car right now. But between the heat shielding and the trans tunnel shielding and the new piece over the shifter, where I'm not just taking raw heat off the exhaust and off the engine directly on my leg, it is better, but God, it's hot. What a test. What a freaking test. So GPS wants us to jog here over to there onto the interstate, which is also still not moving in it at all. I'm going to tell that person to hush, and I am going to go straight and continue on 1020 and run this as far down as I possibly can, because I need some air across me and across this nose, and I am not looking to sit in traffic for another 20 minutes. Meanwhile, Jim is having problems with his walkie-talkie, so, you know, all the technical problems so far today. Yay. But that's okay. We're on Hot Rod Power Tour. Positive energy. My turn? We're at a stoplight. My turn, my turn. My turn. My turn. Whew, let this thing breathe a little bit. Get some air across that nose and across me. Oh. My God.
well, Shepherdsville is just a little bit south. The sitting in traffic has been god awful, but things have finally started to free up a little bit, which is nice. Of course, you know, all of this part, I've got family in Louisville. I do a little bit of work in Louisville as well. To the point, I was down here training a friend / colleague a couple weeks ago, and his location is in Shepherdsville. So I kind of feel like Alan Ruck in the movie Speed. It's like, we're at the airport, but I already seen the airport. And yeah, so I'm like, well, I've already seen Shepherdsville, but yeah, we're moving, and that's the important parts. I am so very excited about that. I don't know if I can quite express how very excited I am.
All right, we're back on the highway. I-65, we bypassed all that nasty road traffic. I got Jimmy in front of me, running the Pontiac. We're gonna get some air across these things before they melt down. Woo! Man! It's a test, baby. It is a test. AMC alternator with a GM one-wire. I don't have a charging gauge on this car, so I mean it's probably charging. And just full disclosure here, this is all we have in the car. There's luggage and a cooler for some waters. I've got oil, and that's it. There's no tools. There's no safety net. We're not that kind of guys. We're it's gonna be fine kind of guys. So if something does go bad, you just hope that you're not, you know, in the middle of absolutely nowhere, Kentucky, where you can't find any parts or tools to fix anything. But everything is going fine, other than being hot.
Sit rep. We are just finally south of Shepherdsville. There goes Mr. Austin in the 79 AMX. We are 147
basically at Bowling Green, Kentucky at this point. So I'm gonna see what we can find up here for fuel. Pull off, let the cars cool off for a little bit. Maybe grab some cold beverages for Jim and I. And start charging some devices. Yeah, it's hot, but we're having good times and we're doing a good thing. Hopefully you guys are enjoying this. Yeah. No more construction, please God. No more constructions or accidents or none of that stuff. I do feel really bad for all the rest of you guys who probably got stuck in it behind us and didn't make that jump that we did over on the 1020. Hope your cooling systems are good and you have plenty of water.
I have now officially crossed the 300 windshield miles threshold in this car. So I have done 300 miles behind the wheel. I'm a tech guy. I like technological goodies. I like Apple CarPlay and cruise control and things like that. So doing something like this is definitely different for me. It's been kind of fun. The 4x70 to 80 air conditioning is kind of working. It is hot. Just sitting on the seat here, I had string cheese, and that was a bad idea. I'm wondering if that band from back in the day, the string cheese incident, perhaps had gone on a hot rod power tour in a vehicle without air conditioning, and that was their string cheese incident. Because yeah, to say it's warm in the cabin here is an understatement. The goal is to have fun with everything. But I am noticing some things with this car. The headliner, or what used to be the headliner, is kind of flaking off slowly with the wind. I've had random chunks just hit me in the back of the head, which to one extent is entertaining until it feels like you're being slapped upside the head by Red Foreman and you're like, you know what, I'm in this car alone, just like the ghost of the former owner. Like, what the hell are you doing? I don't know. Otherwise, like I said, been maintaining speeds between 70 and 80. The car will hold it all day, my foot not so much. Strangely, we're getting passed by everything. I think I got flicked off by an old lady. I don't know. I was just focusing on not dying.
How's the poncho holding up?
My string cheese is liquid. Yeah, that's gonna get pitched.
Yeah, I probably would. Oh, I would probably eat that. Fuel stop number 1 for the day. Nobody's puking anything. That's good. That's very good. Could be worse. Hey, nice Khmer. Very nice Khmer. Wonder what he's up to. Better idea for a fat guy charging spot. I need a Frosty. Are you kidding me? It's like the middle of the afternoon on a Sunday. Okay, I guess I'm not getting a Frosty. Hi ho, Hardee's we go. They have some sort of ice cream right there, don't they?
We gonna find out.
Hopefully. Fat guys need ice cream. And air conditioning.
Ice cream conditioning.
Look at these characters. Amazing. Okay, well. Hey, look, the doors are unlocked. We can at least get in. That's a start.
Number 13.
All right. Quick little stop. Grab some lemonade. Cool down and get a little bit of charging on the devices. And we're back on the road. Oh my God, it's hot and sticky.
Were you expecting something else?
God.
Chilly and snowy, perhaps?
No, I definitely don't want that.
Yeah, that would make for a really awkward power tour.
Yeah, definitely don't want that. All right, folks, we're back on the road. We got another 4 hours of driving still left to do. So.
I think we might be a little bit more than that.
Less talky, more drivey.
Alrighty, so we are leaving Bowling Green, right around the corner from the National Corvette Museum, which, I mean, for me to say it's like my mecca. I'm a little disappointed that we couldn't stop in, but man, hearing some racing going on out there was pretty stinking cool, and got to see the Corvette factory because I've never been here before. So all of this was really, really awesome for me. We are now trying to get back on the road. On the road again. So yeah, we're still in Kentucky. It is 3:45. We're hoping to get into Memphis probably about 7:30, 8 o'clock. Austin wants to see some live blues and drink some bourbon. I want to take a shower. After that, I'll probably want to go see some live blues and drink some bourbon. Alrighty. Well, check in with y'all soon.
Southbound, full tank of fuel in both cars, hanging out around 70-ish, and switched up the tunes to some 80s rock, baby. Rock you like a hurricane. Perfect driving music for the AMC, and honestly for that Kentucky body. definitely power tours. I hope I didn't just film you guys broken down on the side of the road, but one of you is chilling in a chair in the shade, so I'm hoping that you guys are just chilling. Otherwise, I'm gonna feel bad, but keep rumbling. Oh, won't you please take me home? Welcome to Tennessee! Woohoo! Yeah!
You're not supposed to be on right now. No, you're supposed to stop recording now. Well, since you're not, I'm just gonna talk to you anyway. I think the heat is making me a little loopy, but I don't know. I know that I've been bitching a little bit about the heat, which, I mean, it's more of an ongoing joke than anything else. But there's just something so incredibly peaceful about this that I'm really enjoying. I get to see all of the majesty that is areas that I've never explored before. So it's really cool. I'm still really happy that I've come on this trip. I'm really excited to be able to share more with all of you. I am a diehard car guy through and through. I love everything about it. Love driving. Love driving something different. It doesn't need to be fast. It doesn't necessarily need to be cool. I like things that are unique, but ultimately I'll have to check the official list, but somewhere in the realm of about 37 cars. And I've only been driving for about 20 years, so now a couple of those I've had, 2 at a time, but really no more than 2 at a time. But there's something about hitting the open road and just being free. So I'm really enjoying this freedom. We'll see how I feel when it's 100 and something degrees in Nashville.
Is that legal? Can you flat tow 2 cars? The other dead power tour guy. Silver C4 Corvette. Sorry, bro. I don't even have any tools. Maybe you should pick up some tools to help people. Note to self, pick up some tools.
While we have a moment, might as well talk about the car a little bit. It's a nice driving car. It's a little small for someone my size. I'm 6'4". I have a very long torso. is a little awkward for me, realistically. But you know, it's not bad. It is comfortable. I've been looking at some of the YouTube comments, and people are saying like, "Oh, need to paint it, need to do this." Something to bear in mind: the way that things work when you're working on cars. The term "work in progress" comes up all the time. Just because this is how this car is coming on the Powertour currently, does not mean that this is the final iteration. I don't know what Austin has planned, but you know, ultimately, the thing about cars is it's not the destination, it's the journey. And the same goes for when you're working on cars. You know, why not celebrate the fact that it runs and drives and stops and this, I don't want to call this event a race, but it is definitely an endurance test. And why not? Why not show what the car's been able to do? It's my 2 cents. I have the microphone, and you will listen to these words that I have to say. It's all because I have your attention. Everyone's entitled to their own opinion. Opinions, you know, we know how the rest of that adage goes, but I'm going to keep it YouTube appropriate.
Hey, look who we found. Hey guys. Thanks for the stuff. Welcome to Nashville, everybody. Music City. Man, listen to the music that thing is making. It really is a great city. If you're curious about what to do in Nashville or what type of food to eat, we did recently do a video from Nashville on our Fat Guys Beer, Blues, Barbecue, and Booze trip that you can find here on our channel. We did St. Louis, Memphis, Nashville, Louisville, and home. So oddly, we're doing most of that same trip again. And I'm absolutely gonna eat a whole bunch of barbecue again, but all right, Nashville it is. Now we gotta take a right and head on out to Memphis. Only a few more hours left. By the way, it is still freaking hot. Like 96 degrees hot. Well, that's outside temperature, not inside the car temperature. But the nice people at DEI also had cold Gatorade. So thanks for that, guys. We appreciate that. Hey now, no slowing down. No slowing down. Towards Memphis. That's how you say it, right? Memphis. That's how I've always been told that Elvis said it. So, golf darn it, that's how I'm gonna say it.
Just south of Nashville at this point. Just met up with our friends from DEI. Hooked us up with Gatorade. Thank you guys so very much. I did not quite realize how much I needed a cold one. So thank you for that. It is 4:42. We should be about 3 hours exactly to the hotel. Hoping that we don't need to make a fuel stop. So
this thing. I could probably do with one extra gear, because running 70-ish in a 4-speed is a little much. I would probably pick up quite a bit of fuel economy with an extra gear with an overdrive would be nice. But, you know, the little 304 is singing. It's singing a good note. It makes good sounds. It's not getting terrible fuel economy. And everything just freaking works. We built this 304 on a budget. We didn't spend a ton of money on it. And it's turned out to be absolutely fantastic. This transmission is a stock transmission. I have no idea how many miles are on it. The clutch that's in this is new, everything else is new, but in this, we built this car for half of nothing. The steering, suspension, brakes, all that stuff was like $800. And then we did a real basic, simple engine build on it. And it's just a great freaking car. I love this thing. Absolutely. It's probably honestly more fun because of the quirks and the fact that it's not perfect. And if it was perfect, you know what I mean? Yeah, you guys know what I mean. Anyway, if I can get a sunburn, see, not like I have a lot of choice.
What he does to me.
Man, this is gorgeous country. I say this every single time I'm here. If you've seen me say this before, I'm sorry, I don't care, I'm gonna say it again. I love this state. I am an Eastern Tennessee kid. My family's from that area. I absolutely love it. I love being back in Tennessee. It is just beautiful here. Absolutely beautiful. Starting to see more and more Powertour, folks. It's good to see. It's going to get a whole lot more crazy after this. Still a lot of people that are actually going to be driving into Memphis on Monday. We're kind of being a little preemptive here because we're so far away getting down here. That way we can also get to Memphis first thing in the morning. That way we're not fighting a 7 or 8 hour drive and getting stuck in Lord only knows what kind of traffic. So instead of doing this drive tomorrow, we're doing it today. Because that's smart. I've been messaging with Jim because unfortunately the walkie-talkie I gave him is a piece of junk and the battery won't hold a charge. So it's 6 o'clock in the evening. We are in Holiday, Tennessee, or just past Holiday, Tennessee. It is the hottest point of the day. Expected temperature is like 92 right now. According to it feels like it's 92 and feels like 102. So that's pretty hot. I can confirm that it's quite hot. But both cars are running perfectly. The Pontiac is just a shade over 190. The AMC, I mean, according to the gauge, I'm at nuclear, but there's not been a drop of coolant whenever we park them. There's not been anything that's been leaking. So, you know, you typically know when you're overheated because, you know, something explodes. And none of that's happened yet. So, This has definitely been a stress test for the cars for sure. And as I see myself in the video camera here, I feel like I'm gonna need some lotion, a little bit extra tan after today. Anyway, we are 120 miles away from Memphis, so a little less than 2 hours. I need a shower or a pool. Pool would be really nice. Shower would be fine too. You guys don't care. Shut up, Austin. Just shut up and drive.
We're finally starting to see some other road trippers. Just got passed by a beautiful out of 14, 15, I guess it'd be somewhere 2012 to 14. Shelby GT500, gorgeous car. Another one of my personal favorites was either an 04 or 05 Pontiac GTO. That one holds a special place in my heart. I sold Pontiacs in 2004, and I actually managed to sell one GTO in the month that I was selling Pontiacs. An absolutely amazing car. Horribly underrated because of the fact that it was built on a 10-year-old chassis out of an Australian vehicle. But what they don't tell you is the Hulk Monaro, which is what it was built off of, is no slouch. It was an amazing car. So why not bring it to the US? Yes, it may have been slightly dated to Aussie specs, but realistically, one of the best looking Pontiac released in the last 20 years of their existence. So
Alright, after a little water bottle shower, feeling a little more refreshed. Sun is starting to kind of go down a little bit. It's still ungodly hot and humid here. Gonna need to stop for fuel soon. We are 90 miles from the border. As you can see, I do not have 90 miles worth of fuel. Gonna need to stop for some fuel here in the next 10 minutes or so. And that'll be our last fuel stop. That'll get us into Memphis and should get us through tomorrow and then into the day on the way back that way. Because we're running west on 40 and we gotta turn back around on Tuesday and go that way. Whatever. The journey to begin the journey is almost over. Man, I need a shower. Oh, and I might have just lost an earbud by putting my head out the window and dumping a bottle of water on my head. That was stupid. But it did make me feel better. Past two dead Mopars on the side of the road that we also passed earlier. So I'm guessing the heating issue probably came back. Sorry guys. I know you're not supposed to leave a man behind. Sorry. We need to get better at this whole stopping and helping people thing. I will say one of the best parts about doing this, driving cars like this, are people like that. They come by, that are giving thumbs up, that honk, that are enjoying us driving these vehicles. That's why you own these things. Get out there and drive them. Go on a power tour. Go on your own tour. Doesn't have to be the power tour, although you should go on a hot rod power tour. But just get out there and drive them, and go out and have fun in them. Show these things off. That's what you buy them for. That's what you build them for. Go have fun in them, show them off, and make people happy. Anyway, less than an hour from Memphis. Finally. Been a great day though. Been a really, really great day. And it is hot. I think I said that before. It is hot. But I'm not dying. But did you die? Is a good point. Cool, CUDA. My rearview mirror is driving Jim a little bit nuts. It's not exactly what you would call tight, okay? It falls. It's old. Things don't stay where they're supposed to. Capiche? And it falls down like every couple of seconds. And it's driving Jim crazy. As you can see.
What's up? I didn't really have anything to say, but well, I don't have anyone to talk to on this drive. And that's why I wanted to talk to you.
To say this. Oh, I hate to say this. That CUDA is back there on the road, side of the road again. But we're all stopping. We will go render assistance if we possibly can. But we will at least try to. Go gadget, reverse on the interstate. I ran over something. That was a retread. It's probably not important. Alright, I'm not going to film this because that's just mean. But there's our dude. Alright, let's go see if we can render any assistance here. Because that's what you do on Powertour. You help each other out. Alright, we asked for permission. He said, yes, I'm allowed to put this on camera, so... So, what's going on?
It looks like the Sniper EFI is overheating.
The Sniper EFI is overheating.
That's correct. Keep losing spark. It's running the, I've got it running the MSD ignition system too, so.
Oh, which is in there. We thought that was overheating.
Is it?
We thought that was overheating, but
that was the original issue, so. And then, yeah, now it's been cutting out about every 20 miles. We ice it down, get about 20 miles, have to ice it down again.
Huh. What kind of MSD box is that? Is that a 6AL-2?
Yeah.
Or 6AL?
6AL.
Huh. Does your blinky continue to blinky when you turn the key right now? Does the light blink?
I don't know. Let me see.
We're going to be having some real salty conversations.
We got
yep, still blinking.
Okay, all right.
I don't know if you can see it.
Yeah,
It blinked and then it stopped.
Put it in here to try to keep it cooler.
Yeah.
We thought that was our problem while we were losing spark first.
So we got it out of the heat.
Yeah.
Here, I'll turn it on. Coming on. There you go.
I've literally mentioned you guys already twice before.
All right, so I'm a celebrity anyways. I can take it from here. Just start filming.
There you go. Give it to us straight.
Professional loser.
So how many times?
about every 20 miles, just do this.
Every 20 miles we're up to, and this is your 5th stop. So what year do you think you're gonna make it?
Well, we're 20 miles from the hotel.
We're 20
There you
miles
go.
from the hotel, and how many more visit stops do you think it's gonna take to get there?
Hopefully just one.
Well, I've got more ice.
We aren't gonna need that much.
I had asked if this was a conspiracy to get my cooler and my beer, but I really think it's about the ice.
So you just cool the body down, and then it starts back
Then
up.
it starts running again, yep.
We did think it was the box. We took it off the wall and stuck
We
it.
were icing the box at first, and then we stuck it in there, but then it kept happening, so we started icing this down, and that works for 20 miles, and then
It's one or the other. I don't know why.
I like the VGG hat there.
Oh, you like that?
I see it.
I'm a big fan.
Derek will be with us tomorrow.
Oh, that's awesome.
20 miles to the hotel. Can you follow me?
Yes,
All right.
we will follow you.
After
right,
the hood goes down.
We'll go get gas and get my dad.
She's alive. All right, let's go.
See you in 20 miles.
Ah! Ah!
I'll talk to you soon. Alrighty.
All right. Hi ho, hi ho. That, ladies and gentlemen, is what it's all about on Power Tour. Helping a fallen comrade. Maybe comrade's a bad term to use right now. But helping a fellow muscle car person. He's having problems with his EFI. It's overheating, it's shutting off every 20 minutes. And, you know, if he was all by himself out here in the middle of nowhere, he's screwed. So fortunately, there's some people that are out here that have been helping. This gentleman right here, and that's Chevelle. We saw on the side of the road with him twice before. However, he's out of ice. I happen to have a cooler with ice in it. So we are now part of his recovery crew. And we're just trying to make sure that he doesn't end up stranded on the side of the road. He said he's got about another 20 miles until he gets to his hotel. So we're gonna follow him, and if we need to stop, we'll stop and help him again. If that's what you do. Welcome to Hot Rod Power Tour 2022. check my sensor levels, or I'll check my fuel levels and check that sensor. But as far as the brakes go, brakes are great. I haven't had any problems. So that also could be an issue with maybe the charging system going bad, which is a much bigger problem. We did have an issue with the charging system last year, where we ended up cooking a couple of different batteries and ended up replacing the alternator. Hopefully that's not an issue that's popped back up again, but we'll see. We're definitely pushing these cars through a lot more than what they're used to. Today has been an absolutely brutal test of man and machine. It's mid-90s all day long, and we're just hammering on them as much as we can. The cars that are not geared or designed to run 70 to 75 miles an hour for hours on end. So just something to keep an eye on. It's blinking at me all the time, so I'm very much keeping an eye on it. Well, as you can see, the sun is getting pretty low. It is 8:15. We left at noonish for the hotel. Then we went to the battery store, then Best Buy. That didn't leave until like 1:30. So 7 hours-ish, 7.5 hours for a 6-hour drive. That's not bad, especially given the road construction we had to avoid. So not too bad. We're gonna kick it on into Memphis for the evening, and I don't know if this will be the end of the night for us or not. I think we're both pretty well shot. Being out in the elements, slow cooked all day is pretty rough. We got a long day ahead of us tomorrow too, so we'll see. But haven't seen the guy with the CUDA again on the side of the road, thankfully. Knock on wood. Hopefully he's okay and made it back to his hotel. We'll see. But that's what power touring is all about. And kudos to Jim. He was the one in the lead. He's the guy that spotted that dude. And he's the one that pulled the convoy of us over. Jim, myself, and the DEI guys were all traveling together. And Jim spotted him and pulled us all over so we can assist that guy. Unfortunately, the only tool I have in my vehicle is ice. And that's what he needed. So there you go. Once I get to wherever the heck we're going, I'll wrap this video up. Or we may go out on Beale Street tonight. We'll see. We'll let you guys know. Well, that was a freaking cool little spot. As far as late night eats go, excellent food, especially for a late Sunday night.
Very much so.
Very, very good time. Had a little bit of an adult beverage, just a little skosh, a little pinch. You had mahi or tuna?
It was tuna wontons.
Tuna wontons, and a whole lot of potatoes and a strip steak, and yeah, pretty dang good. So we're gonna call that a night. That is the end of the journey before the journey for Hot Rod Power Tour in 2022. I'm gonna get this thing cut together and get it uploaded for tomorrow, which will be day one officially of Hot Rod Power Tour. So for all of you who are still coming to Memphis, drive safe. Hopefully you'll get here and not get stuck in any of the horrible traffic that you might. And we will see you guys tomorrow. Well, today. Whatever. Like, comment, subscribe, all that kind of fun stuff. Glad you're here. Hope you've enjoyed it. Thanks for coming along. We'll see you tomorrow. Today. Whatever. See you later.